The Discount Vending Store presents how to access the shims and the motors on an HY900 vending machine. The tools you'll need to perform this job are, my preferred tools are an electric drill with a Phillips bit attached, an awl, and then two other Phillips screwdrivers. So to access the shims, what we do first is we will take the horn off. It has a screw on the right and left hand side. Take those screws out. There's also two screws on the inside, upper inside of the horn. Take those out. Once you get those off, the horn will lift off. You can put it to the side. Then to get to the shims, there's a insulation sheet with Phillips screws on the right and left hand side. Take those off. And then the insulation sheet, you can, there's three screws at the bottom of the main door. Just back those off a little bit. Don't take them all the way off. And then once you got those backed off, you can shimmy the insulation plate and it will drop out of the machine. And then you have full access to all the shims in the machine. So you can adjust them, replace them, whatever you need to do. Then quickly, if you're just doing that to get this back on with the door on, line it up with the notches, the three screws you took off. And then this is going to be the tricky part. Lift the door up and get one side in. Once that's in, then you push that in. And same on the other side. Lift it up and start it on one edge and then work it over. And it'll slip right in. Once that's in, you put your two screws back on, put the horn on, and you're done. Now, if you want to do the motor portion, you know, if you took this off first and then you decide you want to get to the access to the motors, what you can do is there's screws on the left and right hand side of this. And you can undo these screws. If you have this piece out, so this isn't resting on it, you're going to have to hold it up when you take the screw out so it doesn't fall. Once that's loose, you can undo this. And it's a tight fit in here, so what I normally do is get it at an angle. And once you can get it up into an angle, it will pop right out. So now you have access to the motors. You can change the camel humps. You can fine tune these motors, whatever you need to do. And then cut it. So to put everything back together, probably the easiest way is first you put the insulation plate back on the machine. With the door not on there, it fits on pretty easily. Two Phillips screws, one on the left, one on the right. Secure it. Then I have the three Phillips screws that the main door rests on that I backed out slightly. I didn't take those out. You want to leave those in there, and then we'll get the main door. And again, you try to put it in at an angle here, and it usually goes in fairly decent. And then sometimes it doesn't. What I do once I get it in, the want to lift it up and line up those 3 screws. Let it rest on that like it is now. Let's make sure it didn't pop out. And then close the latch. That'll keep it in there. While these screws here, the 2 Phillips screws, are probably the trickiest ones to put in, just because of the way the door is. Yeah, it screws secured. And that screws secure. Then the last thing, don't forget to tighten up the 3 that you loosened up down here. And then the horn. What I do, I use my awl on this horn, line up the hole. Once you got that lined up, you can put your 1 screw in. If it'll stay on the bit. And once that's in, then you just go around the horn, putting all the screws in, everything else line right up for you. And that's it.